Trevor Seaman. I'm 26. I graduated Freeport High School in 2002 and immediately went on to college to pursue mechanical engineering at Lehigh University. I attended a 4-year program. Amongst that time, I realized that I did not want to be an engineer, but I still finished with my degree and graduated in the summer of 2006. At which point I did not know what I wanted to do. I sort of went through a couple career ideas, but in the meantime I moved in with several friends whom I graduated from at Freeport High School in Boston. So I was able to get a job there as a mover for the time being, and for 2 years I actually spent time in Boston as a mover, and then I also picked up a job as a bouncer at a local bar. It's not a very good job, but it basically got me enough money so I could stay in the city and pursue other things. Because while I was there, mostly what I did was try to figure out what exactly interested me. I did some volunteer work. I started the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and I actually had a little brother who lived in Roxbury, and I hung out with him from time to time. It made me realize I did enjoy working with kids. So I actually got the idea of going into teaching from that, but I found it rather difficult to try to find a job down in Boston because it was both urban school systems, which I was very unused to, and because it wasn't the area that I grew up in. So I had a distinct disadvantage trying to find any kind of a teaching job down there. I tried to get into a couple of programs. One was Teach America, which took place in New York City, but I was rejected from that. I also tried a Boston teacher residency, which I made the final round in, but I also got rejected from that. But it became very clear to me that I needed to find a place where I had a little more networking ability and some place that I felt more comfortable trying to get a job in. So I actually moved home and tried to get employment in the school system that I grew up in, Freeport High School. And for the first year, I actually spent a lot of my time substitute teaching. I taught at Yarmouth High School and middle school, as well as Freeport High School and middle school. And I also got a bit of a job as the middle school lacrosse coach, which was pretty good. It helped subsidize my living funds. In this time, I also continued my volunteer work as a Big Brother in Boston, which was hard to commute, but so far it's worked out fine. And I also picked up a job, well, not really a job, but more volunteer work at the Freeport YMCA, where I was able to look after some kids who were on the swim team. They'd come from school on a bus and basically have 2 hours before practice began. They needed somebody to hang out with them, see that they didn't get into trouble. These experiences solidified my resolve to get a job as a teacher, and I enjoyed everything that I did. So this past year, I finally put in an application at Freeport High School for an educational technician position, and I got it. So that's currently where I am.